The people who commit the worst acts aren't the ones who see themselves as evil, it's the ones who are convinced they're good, the ones who believe they're on the right side of history. It's never evil, it's justice. They don't need truth, fairness or limits, their belief that they're the good guys gives them permission to do anything. Mortal licensing is what happens when someone's self-image as a good person becomes psychological armor. Once that identity is locked in, the brain starts bending reality to protect it. Every action, no matter how dishonest, brutal or authoritarian, gets reframed as justified. They're not silencing critics, they're protecting democracy. They're not destroying opponents, they're fighting hate. The worse their behavior gets, the harder they double down, because admitting fault would threaten the entire self-image they'd built, and they'll burn anything to protect that illusion. If you want to control someone, give them a moral identity, then frame your demand as consistent with it. Tell them they're brave, fair and principled, then push them to act in ways that prove it. Because once someone needs to be the good guy, they'll do anything to avoid looking like the villain, even if that means becoming one. You believe you have values, that you are one of the good guys. But take away your comfort, your status, your perspective, or just your sense of control, and watch how quickly your morals collapse. People aren't guided by values, they're guided by conditions. And once those conditions shift, the mask comes off. The good person was never real, it was just the version of you that hadn't been tested yet. Being moral when life is easy doesn't count, it's not character, it's convenience. People call themselves ethical, but what they really mean is that they have never been desperate enough to betray their own beliefs. Morality for most people is a luxury, not a principle. And when life gets hard, that luxury vanishes. And with that, also morality. People will break every rule they once preached, if it means regaining comfort, control, or approval. Real character shows when you lose everything and still refuse to betray your values. The world watches closely when you're at your worst, and nothing earns more respect than someone who stays principled under fire. And if you strip someone of everything, don't expect morals to stop them, expect vengeance. When people have nothing left to lose, they'll burn down your whole world just to feel alive again.
You don't support the weak, because you care. You support them because it gives you moral cover, to hate those who have what you don't. The moment someone dares to challenge power, they open a projection surface for your suppressed resentment and envy. It's called the underdog effect. Deep down, you feel small, you lose while others win. You're trapped in hierarchies you can't climb. That powerlessness builds resentment, and that resentment has to go somewhere. So when someone steps up to challenge the one in power, we instinctively side with him. Not because we really care about him, but because we project our envy onto his opponent, and our hope onto him. And because the power imbalance is clear, we get to feel morally superior while rooting for revenge. The underdog lets us attack those above us without admitting we want what they have. So make people feel like you shouldn't be winning. Position yourself as the one who wasn't invited, who wasn't meant to be there, who's breaking the pattern. That's how you turn attention into allegiance. But, if you're already strong, hide it. People don't want to see dominance, they want to see defiance. And if you're the one at the top, the moment you look untouchable, they'll start praying for your fall.